Welcome back to reason number 7 on our series called 15 Reasons Why Job Hunting Feels So Hard and 45 Ways to Make It Fast and Fun Again. Reason number 7 why job hunting is so hard and why 81% of people would rather sit in a job they hate than have to go find a new one is because your confidence takes a nosedive. I mean, what is with that? You are crushing it at work. You're good at what you do. Everything is clicking along just the way you want it to. And then all of a sudden you think you want to look for another role. And then your head turns into a dark and scary place. For most people, job hunting brings on a whole host of confidence-crushing moments. We suddenly start to second-guess our accomplishments. We're like, well, can I really take credit for that because the whole team did it? And at the same time, we're starting to second-guess all of our awesomeness. Everybody else out there starts to look that much better. And we convince ourselves that everyone out there is epic and we are not as epic as we want to be, and we simply don't measure up. And it's fascinating to me because it's not just junior level people. It's not just one demographic. This is the confidence busters that come into play when people are looking for a new role is universal. It is a human element, it's inevitable. And so I want to share with you some ways to make the low self-confidence issues, the second guessing, all of these other things that get into your head and get in your way. I want to give you 3 fun ways to get that off the table and start to have fun again in terms of your job hunt. So if you don't believe you're a rock star, how are you going to get anyone else to believe it? So I want you to make sure that you get in that zone when it comes to keeping your confidence levels high, because that's going to be super important, especially now because the market is crazy hot and things are competitive. So tons of opportunity, awesome. Tons of competition, you want to make sure that you're ready. So one of the ways that you can get rid of all of these low self-confidence, crappy headspace moments is to go back and relive your biggest wins. So if you think back and you write down all the things that you're most proud of and you look over your career and you get back into those moments where just everything fell into place and you just had like this, that your mojo was there, the impact, the people, all these things are awesome. Make sure you go back and write those down, because they're going to give you a couple different things. One, it's going to get you back into that rock star mindset. It's going to get rid of all that second guessing and low self-confidence stuff that creeps in. But it's also going to give you some great stories to tell when it comes time for the interview. The other thing you want to do is if you're struggling with trying to figure out how awesome you really are, then go back to people from your past and ask them for their feedback and their observations when you guys were working together. Almost every time I have a client do this, they get feedback that they expected to hear, and then they also have themes of feedback that they never were even aware of, because we all have blind spots in terms of how we're perceived and the value we deliver and the impact that we make. So if you're not sure, go back and ask people, see what they have to say. You'll be surprised. You'll hear some things like, yeah, I knew that about myself. And then you'll see some things it's like, oh, cool, I didn't know that. And then you can start taking credit for that and making sure that that stays in your mind as well. And then the last thing I want you to do is pay attention to your inner critic. That voice that goes on in your head and that loop. We tend to believe what we're telling ourselves, and we would never talk to other people the way we talk to ourselves. So I want you to actually write down all the things that your inner critic is saying. And then once you've got that on a sheet of paper or a notebook, depending on how overactive your inner critic is at the moment, then take a look at that and start to be a little bit more objective. And how much of that inner voice is legit, saying, yep, I'm actually not very good at those things, and how much of it is more of an emotional response, where if you took it all out of it, if you asked a friend, they'd say there's no way that's even true. And then once you're able to kind of have those 2 lists of these are legitimate things that, I'm not great at, and these are things that I'm just making myself crazy over, then you can really focus on strengthening the things that are real and reframing the conversation in your head to quiet the noise on the stuff that's not really, something that you have to address. So when your confidence starts to take a nosedive and you start to think, maybe I don't have what it takes, you do. So go back and relive those big wins and write them down. Talk to people that you've worked with before to get new perspectives and get some feedback, and really document what your inner critic is saying so you have that opportunity to do fact or fiction, get the noise out, and start to work on the stuff that's most important. And so whether you are looking for a job right now, sitting on the sidelines, keeping your options open, or happily working but would definitely take a call if the perfect opportunity came around, you know that you've always got to be ready for that next big thing. Because the opportunities are hot right now, the market is crazy, and the hiring frenzy is just getting started. So if you are not at a place that you want to be, you're at a place that's better than job hunting, I want you to click the link in this post. Dive in to see what the programs that we have that we can offer you through the Career Winners Circle, and let's start taking action together to move you into a career that you love, so you get to every Monday morning and that you love that too. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the 8 reasons why job hunting is so hard, and I'll have 3 more ways that you can have fun doing it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.